So we will be going through union and intersection today, the operations on relations. In our next lecture we will be probably trying to cover minus, Cartesian product and join. Union and intersection and minus, all the three of them are functions that are performed on more than one select queries. So you have more than one select queries, and if you wish to group their results, or if you wish to combine their result or consolidate their results, we will be using operations on relation. That is, you can use any three of them, either union or intersection or minus. In the operations on relations, you have first union. So union is nothing but you will be combining the results of two or more select queries. You have one select query, you have another select query, you have two select queries, and you wish to combine the results of two select query, and there you will be using the union operator. Each select query must have the same number of columns mentioned over there. So if you have written select column 1 from table 1, select column 2 from table 2, it is okay. But if suppose you have mentioned select column 2 comma column 3 from table 2, so here you have changed the number of columns, because in the first query you said that column 1 is only there. So it is must that while doing a union, you must have the same number of columns in both the select queries. This is a must. When should you be using this union? Suppose there is a flaw in your database and you wish to create a new table. You have by some mistake you have created two different tables for the very same purpose, but now you wish to omit the duplicate records and you just want to have one single table where you do not have any duplicates. So over there you can use your union query. The syntax for this: select the names of the columns. You can have multiple columns over here. It is not necessary that you can only have 1, 2 or 5. You can have n number of columns, but whatever n number of columns are mentioned in the first query, the same n number of columns are mentioned over here in the second query also. Additionally, during this union process, this distinct keyword is optional. You do not need to necessarily place it over here. Even if you do not place distinct, it is okay. Also, you can mention all. Placing an all is also an option, though distinct and all both do something different. They are two different purposes. So let us take an example over here. Suppose you have two tables. Say one is a customer table. There we have 4 columns over here. Please see the details of the customer table. And you have another table named employee. It has 5 columns. So that you can probably map that the customer ID column over here is very same as the employee ID column over here. The customer name table column over here will be having the same data type as the employee name column. The purchase limit column will be having the same data type as the salary column, and the customer type column is having the same data type as the designation column. The department ID column is also having the data type int, so you can map it during an union. You can either use it with employee ID or customer ID. Remember, it is not necessary that union should be performed on 2 different tables. It can be performed on the very same table, on different columns or on same columns of the very same table. Additionally, it is not only necessary that you can only place union once. You can make 10 or 20 or 25 unions at a single time. चाहे जितने unions करा सकते हैं. Now if we want to perform a union operation on 2 tables, we can do it like something like this. Select employee ID from employee, union, select customer ID from customer. So as you can see, these are just 2 different queries. This is one query, this was another query. It would have given you 2 different results. Any doubts over here? Should we stop? Continue. So these are just two different queries, and we just need to place a union over here. What will this union do? It can you whosoever it is, can you please mute yourself? Let me just check if anyone else has joined. Just give me a moment. Okay, let's move on. So suppose we have this, select EMP ID from employee union customer ID from customer. So over here, as you can see, that the customer ID column has 5 rows: 2, 101, 103, 104, and 105. Similarly, the employee table has just 4 rows. So there is one common row over here, or one common value in the customer ID and employee ID column. That is 2, right? You must be able to say it. During the output of this union, we will not have the repeated value. So although in total there were 9 rows, we only got 8 rows in the output. Got it, everyone? Just 8 rows. In MySQL, you may use a distinct clause. So using a distinct clause is very same as will give you the same result as over here. So there will be no difference in the output, even if you write a query like this: select EMP ID from employee union distinct, select customer ID from customers. There will be no difference in the output whatsoever. It is the same query as without this distinct. So this distinct is not playing any role over here. It is optional. What if we reverse the order of the columns? Initially, in the first query, we did it with employee ID first and customer ID after it. Now we are trying to do this customer ID from customer first and then unioning it with employee ID column. So over here, as you can see that we have changed the column order output. So 2, 101, 103, 104, and 105 are first, and then you do not have 2 over here in the second column output, right? So this is how it will be. Remember the name of the column that will be shown over here. Yes, Nivedita.
सर ये ना एक बार दोबारा से एक्सप्लेन करो
हाँ हाँ
जो आपने ऊपर से.
So Nivedita, though we do not speak often, we can sometimes do it. Can we, Nivedita?
What, sir?
Though we don't speak often in a language, we can always follow it sometimes.
Yes, sir, we can. Sorry, sir.
No problems, beta. So see, over here, what we did was we took 2 tables, the employee table and the customer table. And what we did was we placed it over here. We only have 7 minutes left. We placed it over here. Select the employee ID from employee union. So the output over here will be the combination of 2, the customer ID and the employee ID. It will be combination of both the queries. See, let me just show it over here. So assume we do something like this. Hmm. So if we do just take customer ID, so the customer ID will give you this one output, and if we change it to employee ID from employee, you will have this another output. The union is
Yes, sir.
combining these two values over here, and it is neglecting or eradicating the duplicate one. It has eradicated this second one, and the two value over here has been eradicated. So when you do a see, you do not have the value 2 over here because it has already been placed over here in the output. Also, do notice that the column name over here is employee ID and not customer ID. So whatever first query that you have, the name of the column will be fetched from there, and not, it will not give any hindrance to whatever the second column is.
Yes, sir.
Moving on. Also see that when we interchange the values of the or when we interchange these queries, that is, we place the second query up front and we uh, put the other first query at the second place. So the output that you have is not in an ascending order or in any other order. The output is as per the values of the table. So all the values from the first table will be first taken, and it will then come up with the values of the second table. If there are any duplicate values, it will be removed. There is another thing named as union all. This will be used if you want to include the duplicate values. So if I do the very same query with union all, you may see that I have 9 rows in the output. The reason for this is union will neglect or eradicate the repetitive values, and union all will take all the values from both the columns. It will not remove the duplicate values. And now we will just try and do one query which has more than one column. So this is one query: employee ID and EMP name from the employee table, and customer ID and customer name from the customer table. As C1 will not do anything, it is of no use. So when we try and do this thing over here, you may see that we are getting all the results. We are getting 9 rows. Although we didn't use union all, but we are still getting the value 2 times. And I hope you must be knowing the reason for this. So suppose if you do a query like this, select employee ID from employee, just one column name, and customer ID comma customer name from customer, 2 column names over here. So here you will be getting an error, as you may see over here, error 1222. The user select statement have a different number of columns in the output. But what if we try and do a union on columns of 2 different data types? Select EMP ID from employee. So over here, EMP ID is of type int, and we are unioning it with customer ID. Sorry. We are unioning it with customer name column of the customer table. So both the columns have different data type. The customer column has a data type of varchar. The employee ID column has a data type of int. So over here, you will get your result in something like this. There is no problem even if you union columns of 2 different data types. There are a few queries. This will be a homework for you. I will try and post it to your you guys today. Can you please yourself on mute, everyone? Is it visible, everything? Okay. So you need to find the answer that what will be the output in these three situations. These are not same queries. Somewhere it is union all, somewhere it is union. So you need to find the output for this. The next topic that we have for today's lecture is intersection. Intersection is done in SQL through the intersect operator, but MySQL does not support the intersect operator. It is the very same case. It will be very same with minus also. That minus operations are done with minus operator, but minus operator is not supported with MySQL. But there are some other ways through which we can do intersection and minus, and we will be discussing it through this lecture. An intersect query returns the intersection of two or more data sets. So you do understand intersection. If not, just go through this. So over here, the intersected portion is this much. So if you place an intersection query on two data sets, one output is the red one, the other output being green one. Whatever common values are there, those values only will be given in the output using an intersection query. If you try and do an intersection query, you will get an output, an error in the result.